sleep.
Yeah.
Why don't we just put it in the fridge?
Okay. In the fridge then. But yeah, so with that, you guys kind of have. Oh, can move Ella and her friend over here. He's in his pocket dimension right now.
Yep.
All right. At that. I can't remember. Did you guys go for a long rest at the end of the last session, or were you guys still? Maybe we just end with you guys going into the tavern.
I think we ended with going to the tavern, which our intentions were to take a long rest before going out and doing more things.
Okay. So yeah, you guys take your rest. You rent your rooms, and and then you get up in the morning, have your breakfast, and Roland starts drinking along with breakfast. Not like normally people might have an ale with breakfast. Maybe, depending on what their day was going to look like. You guys are adventurers. You may have an ale. Like, she's, like, before she's even done with her eggs and bacon, she's had 5.
Ella passes her another.
She drinks it.
Nova shakes her head.
Yeah, so what do you guys want to do?
Alright. Ella's gonna walk out of the tavern, go investigate that potion shop she ignored the other night.
Okay. Oh man, now you're gonna make me pull it up.
Oh.
And she's gonna give a little wave
Yeah, I
to
guess-
Nova.
Nova follows.
Right, well,
Like,
Roland just kind of
Keeps drinking.
just hangs out.
like, those.
She's got to have her 25 a day.
25 in the morning?
25 pints of alcohol a day.
Pounds?
25 pounds of alcohol a day. Well, probably right, about right. Okay. So you guys head over to Morphier's Potions. As you enter the shop, you see an older looking, and it's really hard to tell with elves when you see them about like what their age is, but you can start to see like a little bit of gray hair in this wood elf's hair. But you can tell she's an older female wood elf. And you can see the root, like the way you can tell, you can see her roots coming in, but the rest of her hair is very like kind of rainbow colored. It's blue and bright purple and pink. Like, she spends a lot of time dyeing her hair. And she looks up from the counter where she's sitting, sees you two, starts tapping her quill on her ledger, and then she calls for someone in the back to come out and deal with you. She doesn't say anything to you, she just looks at you, calls for her apprentice to come out and deal with you, and goes back to what she was doing. And so a squirrely haired little gnomish woman comes running up, looking at you, and she's like, oh, hello, how may I help you?
Alright. I saw your shop, and I dabble a little bit in potion making myself, and I was curious to see what you had here.
In the background as he starts speaking about dabbling in potion making.
I was curious to see what you had available here, whether raw materials or only potions.
Well, we have a wide assortment of herbs and different concoctional mixtures to build your own potions with, but we also do sell some of the more common potions that you would use for adventuring or just general day-to-day life. Some of our woodsmen and miners love our potions of growth. Makes them extra beefy.
I'm sure it does.
But yeah, you can see inside the shop as she kind of talks about what they carry. You can see there's all sorts of on the left hand side. Sorry, as you walk in the door, it's left hand side. You see all these dried herbs hanging from different racks, and just lots of different powdered herb sitting in vials and glass beakers all over the shelves, and basically almost kind of blotting out the window to the point where almost no light is coming through, because it's covered, and they even have brand new they have a part that's very well lit that has brand new freshly growing herbs for specific other potions. And the other side is much cleaner, much more organized, and it's just little potion racks just lined up, and it has a bunch of different each layer has different types of potions. Most commonly you'll find in here are there's healing potions, which is the red liquid potions that you've seen, the very common ones. They don't this shop doesn't necessarily cater to the people that would have the kind of money to buy the more expensive ones. The thick, there's a potion on the second layer that has a very thick looking constitution. It's kind of a greenish yellow color, and it says right on the tag that these are their potions of growth, which are a potion that will increase you by one size category. The other ones are kind of more decanter style potion vials, so they're very oval at the bottom, and they kind of go into a slim tube they drink out of. These are listed as elixirs of health, which right now I can't remember what they do, because yeah. And then there's this on the very bottom shelf that you're looking at. There's there's a rack of 4 of these vials, and it's if you were to pick it up and try to swirl it, it's almost like tar. It's just this thick, gooey black mess in the bottle. But it's listed as the oil of slipperiness, which its name, as its name implies, you put it on the ground and it makes it difficult terrain where people can slip and fall. But the whole time you're kind of walking around the shop, you kind of glance over every so often as your little gnomish woman is kind of showing you around and just showing you things, all the different herbs, and they have loads of incense as well. She's showing you around. You can see the owner kind of eyes dart around and watch you, and anytime any mention of making your own potions comes up, she kind of scoffs at the whole notion.
Are there any raw materials you're missing?
She looks at you and she thinks for a little bit, and she's like, one moment, please. And she runs over, and you can see her get sidled up to next to her master, the proprietor of said shop, and there's this little whispering.
I want to hear.
Okay, roll perception.
10.
10?
10.
Well, it's a pretty small shop. I would say you could probably overhear it if you're not doing much of anything other than just trying to listen. But they go. She goes. They're wondering if there's any rare materials that we don't have. And the elven woman looks down at her and she's like, the only thing we could probably use is some giant's blood, but other than that, I don't need anything from these people. And after this quick whispered conversation,
did you hear that?
she runs over to you. She's like, oh, well, my master said that if you come across any giant's blood, that would be helpful, but we're pretty stocked on everything else that we need for the potions that we generally make.
How about a quarter vial of giant's blood?
Ooh, nice.
I'm gonna take that out.
Nobody wants to go up to the owner. And she's like, I love what you do for the color. Good. The compliment she graciously accepted.
She just looks at you.
You could compliment me back in return, especially for what we're doing for you.
I don't deal with children.
I don't deal with old hags. Bye.
Ella's not paying attention. Now, she's like, Ella pulls out the quarter vial of giant blood.
Don't give that to them. They don't deserve it.
As you pull it out, the little gnome girl grabs it and she's like, ooh, hill giant, right?
Yes, rather fresh.
Ooh. And she hands it back to you, and then she runs over to her master and has another little sort of they have about 2 ounces of hell giant blood if you're interested. And her master looks at her and she's like, fine. Give them 250 and be done with it. And so, the little gnome girl runs back over to you and she's like, we'll give you 250 gold for it.
Alright. Make that a deal.
Okay. She goes and gets the money, and you guys trade. Ella now has 250 more gold that she didn't have before. For trading in some giant's blood. Which was actually enough to make a small potion of hell giant strength. A temporary, like a not the hour length one, but
yeah,
like a 10-minute potion.
Oh, that was
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do in the shop, or I know Nova's like ready to go out the door.
Yeah, Ella's just gonna walk out casually, have a good day. Not look at her, but just give a wave and walk out the shop.
No, but like.
Alright. So what else are you guys doing?
I think, is there something close to the door Nova could knock over on the way out?
Well, the only thing probably on the outside would be like a flower box in the window.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, give me a strength check, seeing as it is nailed to a windowsill.
Okay, so it is what it is. 14.
You give it a good try. You give it a really good try.
Ella just stares at Nova.
Actually, I want you to make me a constitution check.
Okay. Another straight roll. 12.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you hit the thing. You're going yet. You go to slap it, and it actually cuts your hand.
She puts her
Because
blood.
you're not wearing gloves, are you?
No, probably. She puts her blood onto the wall.
Okay.
Walks away. She got
Hey,
really...
hey! What are you doing over there? Some guard runs over as you're wiping blood on the front door of the shop. Is that yours?
My what?
Is that your blood?
Is that blood? How do
You're
you know?
bleeding. There's bread on the door. Is it your blood?
How do you know this isn't jam?
Because I can see the cut on your hand.
Oh, that was there before.
Watch.
I'm watching you.
Weirdo.
Bye.
What's up? So, alright. So you guys are done in your potion shop. What are you guys doing next?
I don't know.
Well, Nova, since Roland's probably pissing drunk, should we go check out that shepherd?
Sure, why not? Let's go do it.
Okay. Are you guys gonna collect Roland or no?
No, she's pissing drunk.
Okay.
No, not even gonna bother.
It's only 8 o'clock in the morning.
She finds a way to wrap up her hand.
Do a medicine check.
$18.
Yep. She binds her hand, wraps it pretty, like nice and tight so that it won't interfere with her offhand attack. Alright. Stems the flow of blood. Okay. So you guys are gonna go to, oh my god, what's her name's farm? Can't remember the person's name now. Varzand. Yeah, Varzand's farm. Right, so you guys head towards the southern gate, but as you're traveling through town, you pass the jewelry shop that you were supposed to steal from, the fancy bauble. And it's early in the morning, and you see the city guard dragging somebody out of the shop. Blonde-haired, really well dressed. Looks like they got caught breaking and entering, and they're being dragged away. And
See,
and as she's being dragged off, you recognize her as Wygar. Tried to break in and do the thieving herself, since you guys decided not to assist.
We never told her we weren't going to.
But it's been a couple days, and she expected it a lot sooner, so she kind of just rushed herself. And she is being dragged off to the dungeons. But as she's being dragged off, she looks up and she sees you both, and just this look of contempt is just strewn across her pretty face. Just this, it's like.
I ignore her.
Nova shrugs and we keep going.
Okay. You guys pass by, and you travel out the southern gate, and just a little ways off the road to Varzand's farm, where you meet up with Varzand, and she's like, "Oh, I see you came to help. It's been a couple days, but I guess any help is better than none."
We were distracted by a hill giant.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that would be rather distracting, I guess. Yeah. Her voice has completely changed since the last time you spoke to her, but...
I also got distracted by pretty women, but...
That's understandable. Completely 100% understandable. It happens to me all the time.
Alright. Could you point us in the direction of where these disappearances are?
Oh yeah, and she points off to around behind her house where there's a big pen with sheep in it. There's a ton of sheep. Like you don't even know, like you can't even fathom how she would know that sheep are disappearing, because it's like kind of almost like elbow room only in the sheep pen.
Okay.
Like she might have condensed it due to the fact that having a bigger sheep pen would mean it's easier access, you might think, because the amount of sheep that are in here is like, it's standing room only, like mosh pit level, like sheep.
Okay.
But yeah, she points and she goes, don't mind the sheep. But if you go behind the pen that they're in now, you could find clues maybe. I'm not very good at the tracking things, so I don't know.
Well, we can certainly try.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll be back. Hopefully.
She looks a little bit shy.
Ella starts walking that direction.
Okay.
Investigating for the clues.
Okay, give me some investigation checks.
Just one.
Just one.
14.
Okay.
So, investigation. 18.
Yeah, you guys spend like a good 20-30 minutes kind of searching the grounds out behind the sheep pen. You end up finding some heavy boot prints kind of leading off to the south.
Can I tell what kind of boots they are? It's like how heavy the person might be.
Give me a survival check at disadvantage.
10.
It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like there may have been multiple entities that were abducting sheep, but you're not quite sure.
Are they big footprints or small?
They're bigger than yours. Not saying much because you're an elf and pretty dainty, but
Nova puts her foot into that.
they're big feet. They you could, judging by the size, you could probably guess that whatever made them's probably over 6 feet. But and burly,
Yeah.
not
not
6'3" on 140 pounds. But yeah, you can kind of tell. But you can see them kind of going off to the south for a ways.
These big feet people went that way.
Shall we investigate?
Of course, what else are we here for?
Give me a survival check for tracking.
Or is survival? Oh, there it is.
11.
Oh, I like that one. Oh, I do not like that. 8.
You guys follow the tracks for a good couple hours. You get a little bit sidetracked along the way, but you are able to kind of pick up the tracks again. It's hard dirt. It hasn't rained over the past few days, so nothing's really leaving heavy tracks. But you're able to kind of wiggle your way down to where you can kind of follow them to where they're leading you. And you kind of find this little, I guess not so much a ravine, but kind of like a downslope that doesn't quite lead, you can see the forest that you guys, the Ari Woods, kind of in, almost a mile away, but you kind of find this little downslope that kind of leads into not so much a ravine, but kind of a lower area, and there, you can start to see some hill, the hills form above it, and you're kind of down in this recess, and you can kind of see a area that you guys are rather familiar with, kind of like with the barricades and kind of little wooden walls. But it's slightly more raucous than previous. Oh, there goes the barrels.
I
Than
didn't do it.
previous times that you've encountered these little.
Well, this is a different one.
Yeah, this. But you guys have kind of like encountered monsters, humanoid encampments before, and bandit encampments.
Mhm. Yeah, because we don't have the just Russian lady.
I lost my little barrels all over the floor. I lost the other one.
There, calm down, Donkey Kong.
Alright, but yeah, you guys can see, you guys are at a good distance from it, so you're not quite at the wall, but you can see the wall coming up as you kind of travel towards it. You can see a single orc guard. You don't actually have to whisper.
I was just gonna put one finger up to her lips.
Okay. Go ahead and give me stealth checks. It is the middle of the day, and you are in the middle of the plains.
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm going to find a 3D print for dice jails for you guys.
Yeah.
14.
14. Natural 1.
Okay, so we're not sneaky.
You guys are walking towards it, and all of a sudden Ella just like kicks this big rock that she just didn't see, and she kicks it. She is wearing sandals, so you just hear this sudden. She's trying to hold it in, but then all of a sudden she just lets out this scream of pain as like she kicks this rock. Alright. So as Ella cries out in pain, I have to go to this and get my thing. I have to find her page. My notes. Okay. Okay, well that's interesting. So, don't have a monster. Somewhere. Sorry, no problems. How do I not have these guys? All freaking monsters and not have. Again, my. Oh. I can just go in here real quick.
It's the middle of the day, so it's very hard, probably.
Oh, big. Oh crap.
Yeah, I have no idea what's all in that.
Well, it's everything that's in the monster manual. I just have to not be a twat and find it. I should have opened these earlier. Oh, we were chit-chatting.
Nice little donkeys. Mules?
Do we need Rollin?
Oh, my bow's still broken, so I have to. Just be quick and don't get hit.
If it looks bad though, we
Yes, monkey. You're what? I'm hungry. What do you want?
Is that how we ask?
Here. You want one of the big ones or you want the little ones? Okay.
I don't know if there are any left.
And she may have eaten them all. No, you don't.
Nope. Here are little ones.
So you want a big one then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Kaya did have 2 packages of them in like 10 minutes.
Alright. So I found that pretty quickly. Oh, I got 2 of them. Alright. Okay. With that, yeah, so I have, so it's a plus 3. So 18
18 to what?
to hit
Oh.
as an arrow flies at you from a distance.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. For 5 piercing damage as it strikes you. Don't worry, next time I'll be more prepared. Maybe. I have a long week.
Yeah, you work like every day.
I'm on my 7th day straight. And then I don't get off another day off until next Saturday.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But yeah, so you get struck for 5 piercing damage with an arrow as it flies loose from the bow of the orc guard. And you can hear him shouting loudly in a language you don't understand. I'm pretty sure none of you speak Orcish.
No.
So,
Stare go.
stayed or
I know.
Okay. You're not quite sure if you're salty, but she
Yeah.
was pretty close to you, so it probably saw you as well.
How far away are we from them?
I would say you're within minimum range for a short bow, so 120 feet.
Should probably go get rolling. She likes to fight anyway.
Let's
Okay, we're dashing out of there.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys take off. No one seems to follow you. It seems like it was a warning shot to stop you from coming any further. So you guys return to town and get rolling,
Yes.
Yep.
and her retainers are just rolling.
Oh, we're bringing the whole crew.
Yeah.
Alright, Roland! There's a fight to be had. Come on!
Don't tell Grandma. I'm letting her eat in the room.
Kaya still eats in the morning.
I know. Alright. So you guys return to town, grab Roland, you go back. What do you guys do?
I'm trying to stay stealthy.
Are you
Alright,
trying to stay away,
yeah, away
from,
from-
a little ways away
yeah.
from the group? Okay.
Ella walks behind Roland and he's like, alright,
Like,
We got the meat shield.
you can do your thing, Roland.
Alright. Let's roll.
do I roll stealth?
Well, her retainers can't even stealth. They
No,
have, yeah, you can roll. Go ahead and roll stealth check.
Ella's gonna have her
Dirty
shillelagh and
30, 20.
wild shape going.
Yeah. Yeah, you're hitting. You're kind of skulking pretty far away from
Yeah.
like a decent distance from the group, and they're more focused on the now much larger group that's coming at them with these big giant furbolgs kind of like leading the charge now. Alright, so you guys get up to pretty close to the gate. So Nova kind of sneaks along the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And got our friendlies. And with that, we're actually gonna roll initiative to get this started. So, same enemies. 14. Rowan gets a 11. And others get crap. Alright.
10.
10?
15.
Alright. That's our order. So, Ella, you're up first.
Alright. Not wanting to lead the charge, Ella's going to chill touch the yellow ring orc,
Okay.
which is
Range spell attack.
range spell attack. Thank you. Dirty 20.
That hits.
Alright. 1.
Nice. Excellent damage. Actually, I'm gonna go by their colors so that it's easier for me. Yellow, orange, pink, green, blue, and white. Alright, next up is the orcs, and the yellow ring orc is going to charge at one of the retainers, swing his now unsheathed great axe for a 23 to hit, and dealing 9 damage to the retainer, who has a buttload of hit points that I didn't assume. I'll say 50 for now. So which one is that one again? Alright. I'll have to find out their stats from once. Okay. Up next is Rowan, and she is going to go into a rage for her bonus action. Frenzied rage. So on subsequent turns, she can go completely ham. She's going to go up to this guy, go reckless. Oh. So she gives herself advantage. She's going to swing her greatsword. Natural 19, which is easily going to hit. 6 plus 4. 10 damage. Deals 10 slashing damage to the orc, nearly maiming him in the process. Alright. Nola.
She's close enough to throw a dagger at him.
Yep.
She has advantage too because she's.
Mm-hmm. And he's severely distracted.
Yeah. 17.
Yes, that hits. I don't know.
I did read those. Ooh, a whole 5 9 damage.
9 damage. Your dagger flies out of your hand, launches right into the orc's throat, splitting his jugular in twain, and he collapses, splurting blood everywhere. He is dead.
Bonus action hide.
Okay. You're gonna move closer?
Yeah.
Okay. So you move like right up here.
Oh. 10?
As far as you can tell, you're hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And with the death of the orc, you can see that all the other orcs are now kind of aware that something is going on that was more than just the previous call of 2 people attacking. So, they are aware of your presence. Alright, now the retainers are going to move in to the gate, in through the gate, kind of pile through with their not so far movement. And they're going to launch arrows at the white. 2 of them hit. For a total of 11 damage on the white guy. The arrow's just like pierced into him. He's like, he's still standing. Alright, top of the round. Ella, what's she doing?
Let's see.
You could get like just in the gate.
Yeah, she's gonna follow behind.
Okay.
Just kind of like crouching behind the other ones. And then she's also going to chill touch the one that got shot with the arrows.
Okay.
21 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. That's better. 7.
Your spectral hand grasps the orc's throat, crushing it, and he collapses in a heap on the ground. Alright, so now the orcs are up, and they're like, shit. So they start, all 4 of them fire arrows at Nim, as he's the lead in the group right now. Those wolves. They just clang off of his shield and armor. Must be nice to be wearing plate. Yeah. And they start to back a little bit further away, so they get a little bit more range, a little more distance on you. Alright. With that, it is Rollins' turn, and she is going to take her full dash action. Get right there. And
Growl.
snarl at them. Alright. It is Nova.
I get like here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And is that
That's a little bit far to throw a dagger. You could technically dash.
Oh, yeah. I'll use my bonus action dash.
1, 2, 3, 6.
And then go dagger.
Okay.
17?
Yeah, that hits.
It's not, because it's still sneak or no?
No.
6.
You are in the middle of the camp, and everybody's looking in your guys' direction. 6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
2 blue. Alright. Our retainers are gonna move in more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put them all right about there, and they are going to fire the arrows at the blue one. So let's see, a 15, a 19, and a natural 20. So, there's a natural 20 first, so that's 4 plus 1 is 5. 7 plus 2 is 9. So 14 piercing damage. Just these 3 arrows. The first 2 hit, and then the third one just straight into the heart, killing this orc as well. Alright, Ella, you're up.
Alright, I was just gonna keep following behind these guys.
Hey, that's what they're there for.
And let's see. I was gonna chill touch the pink orc.
Okay.
21
It's. Guess you have to roll the big dice from now on.
and 5.
5 damage to the pink one, you said?
Yeah.
Alright. You see this ghostly hand just grasp onto his arm, leaving basically like a frost burn on his arm. Alright. Up next, the orcs are going to, again, back away. They feel a little bit intimidated by the overwhelming force that was sent against them now. And they're all going to fire at Roland. 2 of them roll 21s to hit. Dealing 8. So 10 damage to Roland.
Is that halved because of a rage?
Oh, yep. It's halved because of her rage. Oh, okay. She's basically immortal. Okay. It's now Roland's turn, and she is just gonna full bar charge and use her bonus action attack against this guy with advantage. Just want to see if she rolls a natural 20. 14 plus 5 is 6 normal hit. So 5 plus 4 is 9 damage to the orange orc. Alright. Nava.
If she dashes, could she get up to one of them? Or would she just be barely close enough?
Dash to 60 feet would put you like on that box.
Alright, let's go for it.
Go for the box?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like,
Throw a dagger?
yeah, down his face.
Okay.
Oh, 10?
That misses. Your dagger hits the chainmail kind of at a weird angle, so it kind of just bounces off. Alright. Retainers are up. Again, they're just moving in. They're slow, steady progress as they just fire a barrage of arrows at the green orc. Wow, they're rolling natural 20s like it's going out of style. So, I guess I have to play her NPCs. 8. 18 plus 3 is 21. The green orc just collapses under these impaling arrows. Alright. Next up is Ella at the top of the round.
Alright. Ella's gonna continue doing what she's doing, following these guys.
Okay.
And then chill touch the pink orc again.
Okay.
That'll be 11.
That misses. It just it was aware from the frostburn before, and as it sees a special hand reach out at it, kind of just like almost falling back to dodge this spectral hand. All right, orcs are up, and they're just gonna go all out berserker, pulling their great axes, swinging at Rollin. One hits with his great axe, dealing 7 damage to Rollin after the deduction. And then there's gonna wait out their demise, I guess, at this point. Alright, Rollin's up. She's gonna take her first swing at the orange. She misses. She's gonna take her second swing and misses. She's just so angry. She's just swinging her sword wildly in the air, hoping to hit something. All right, Nova.
So she's gonna get up to one of them.
You can go behind the pink one.
And pull out like her longsword.
Okay, hold on. So, as she goes to draw her longsword, she pulls it out and she looks at it as she goes to swing it, and the blade looks different. It looks slimmer, sleeker. It has a different shine that it didn't have before. And she also notices that the emblem in the sword has changed. It's not the Firehelm family crest anymore. It's actually a feather emblem. And I had to omit some stuff, which is for me only, not for.
Okay.
But I didn't want to write 2 different ones, so I just blacked it out.
Redacted.
Yep.
For your eyes.
It's redacted. Redacted information. So basically, you just this stuff.
Yeah.
Right here, the light as the feather and the fine edge are what you have right now.
Okay, so it's a finesse. Now?
It's a finesse longsword.
So it's
a +1 finesse longsword.
So it gets the 6 attack bonus, not the 2?
Yep. And it also deals your dexterity bonus damage and an extra 1. So it's actually a +7 attack bonus. And deals.
So
it's a +7 attack bonus you would have with it.
Okay.
And it's 1d8 plus 5 damage.
She is kind of.
But you only notice this as you're swinging it, so you're not like studying it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so go ahead and make your longsword attack.
Okay. Nat 20 or dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, that hits.
11.
11 damage. Yeah, this new sword just swings in your hand. Just cuts right through the orc. Almost like basically slicing him in half with this new finely crafted mithril longsword that you're wielding.
That looks probably like.
Alright.
Nova. No, it was like.
Are you.
Oh,
well, did you two-hand it, or did you have your dagger in your offhand?
No, I was two-handed.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter, but it would have been a D10 then.
Yeah.
Because it still has the versatile
She
feature.
pulled it out with both her hands.
Okay. Yeah. So just remember that if you two-hand it, it is a D10.
Well, I don't have that written down.
Because it is a versatile weapon. Alright. So with that, seeing only one orc left, they don't even move. They just stand there. And they fire 1 hit. And dealing... Yeah, the arrow pierces right into his throat, and he just collapses. Alright. That's where we're gonna end combat.
Alright. Ella's like, good job, boys, good job.
Like, oh, thank you.
And then Ella will go over to Rollin and say, I'll buy you some beer later.
Fine. It's good to have a fight, no matter how boring and useless the enemies are.
Don't worry, I'm sure we'll find something fun to fight.
But I need you to make me perception checks.
14.
14.
I'll make myself a cue card next time. So that'll be 24.
24. Yeah, you guys notice that there's a cage in the back of the camp, and inside is a wood elven woman dressed in scale mail. Or, I think it's China. No, it's scale. Dressed in scale mail, with a short sword sitting in front of her, shield on her back, and you can she's kind of sitting there in this like almost meditative state, but she's like heavily armored and just sitting there, and she kind of looks up from her communion, and she sees the three of you, the six of you, and she's like, oh. Well, this changes things.
Alright.
Ella walks up to the cage and is...
Yeah, Nova goes too.
Who are you? And how did you come to be in this predicament?
Well, my name is Clara Hanali, and, well, I was traveling, for a while, and I stumbled across this, and they kind of overwhelmed me, and now I'm stuck here, praying to the Raven Queen, bored out of my mind.
Ella notions to Nova to... You mind?
Yeah.
So basically the same as your stealth.
My sleight of hand or myself?
Well, your sleight of hand has your expertise, so it'd be your stealth. Okay, so did you roll 18 plus 6? Yeah, 24. Yeah, the luck melts in your hands. It just like like you picked it so fast and so hard, it just flew off. You're like, yeah. She steps.
You get the little flare.
Yeah, she steps out, and she's a beautiful wood elven woman. Kind of a dour disposition. Her clothes aren't like shiny, like aren't fancy or anything. She's very plainly dressed, but the kind of muted, darker colors. She picks up her short sword, puts it in its sheath, and she looks at you. Thank you. What are you guys here for?
Sheep.
Sheep.
Oh, that's what they eat every night for dinner. So I'm pretty sure that all the sheep are dead. It's actually amazing they didn't eat the pack mules or the water buffalo. I don't know why they had to go steal sheep.
The sheep weren't theirs, so...
I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I guess pack animals are more useful than sheep. Okay, you got it, yeah. You win.
Were you traveling to Thornville?
Yes and no.
Were you traveling away from Thornville?
Yes and no.
Well...
I kind of just go wherever the Raven Queen takes me.
Alright. Well, the Thornville is not far from here.
Do you want a drink?
I'd love a red wine.
You'll get along with us just fine. Gives a little pat on the shoulders.
Alright, so now you guys have met, well, you've met the cleric, Clara, and Ollie. You rescued her from the orc camp. Right, you guys gonna...
I'm going to search the orc camp.
Oh, I'm getting back my daggers.
Okay. You retrieve your 2 daggers.
And investigate the bodies.
Okay. That sounded nice.
10.
Oh.
Right, well, you guys...
Pull my rat out to help me.
Okay. I would give you advantage then, with the assist action.
Oh, that's way better.
What'd you get?
19.
Alright. So, searching the camp, you find, you see the 2 piles of chain that were near the cage, but inside the chest or large box that was in front of the melted statue that Nova decided to stand upon to throw daggers at orcs, you find a couple of great clubs propped up against it, and all the animals are tethered, so they're not running away. They're not even really spooked. They live with orcs. They're pretty used to the sounds of combat. Inside you find a pseudo scale mail armor, a copper chalice with like silver filigree vines around it.
Definitely take that.
I think Nova's gonna untether all the animals and like tell them to go.
Okay, Roland's gonna grab the reins of one of the mules and keep it with her. Pull her cart.
Yep.
Okay, well, Nova's letting free the other ones then.
Roland rolls an animal handling check. It's a 10. It's not running away from her. But
Yet.
go ahead and roll me an animal handling check to see if you can get them to run away.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you go up and you smack them on behind. You take the pack off the mule
Yeah.
before, so this is some of the
And
stuff you're getting.
Yeah.
But yeah, you find a total of 2 silver pieces, 6 copper pieces, 2 great clubs, scale mail armor. You do find one of the orcs has a pair of engraved bone dice on them, so they're really nice, like perfectly shaped, like 6-sided dice that are like engraved with like instead of it's like this intricate engraving, like so the numbers are actually like the 6 is a dragon, the 1 is an arrow, like they're actually like very intricately carved dice that you assume he didn't do himself. He probably got them off of somebody else.
Nobody tries to take those.
Ella's just gonna try to take a peek at them.
Nova will hold them like this.
Are you any good with dice?
I guess we can find out.
Right. Yeah, Roland's too caught up with dealing with this pack mule that she's trying to acquire that she doesn't pay any attention to you guys with the dice. And then you find Roto Corusite, which is a small gemstone worth about 10 gold pieces.
I'll grab that.
It's RHODO
RHODO
CHRO
CHRO
SITE.
SITE.
This is the most complicated name for a gemstone I've ever seen. But yeah, you guys.
How big is this camp?
It's rather large. It's probably it would equal like a medium-sized town square.
What? Okay, so what about the statue?
Are you investigating
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
statue?
investigate the statue.
Okay.
Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
A whole whopping 9.
Ella's gonna stare at her while she's doing this.
It's a large pair of copper legs that look like it had more to it, but it got melted by something. You're not sure.
Is it heavy?
Ella's gonna investigate now.
Is it heavy?
Is it
No, she's not free.
Like, is
You
it-
actually get so close to it, you bang your forehead on the copper leg, and you get a little bit disoriented for a moment.
Hey, Roland.
What?
We should sell this.
It doesn't look like it's worth anything, and it probably weighs more than all of us can carry.
Including your peeps?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll put the idea on hold.
Well, it is roughly 7 feet tall at the point where it melted, and it is pure copper. Like a bronzy copper statue. So it would probably be close to, I would say somewhere, I'm not a metallurgist or anything, but I would say solid copper or bronze at 7 feet tall would probably be somewhere in the range of 3 tons, if not more.
Ella goes up to Nova and just kind of puts her shoulder against Nova's shoulder. We need to find a way to sell this thing.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Rollins kind of looks over at you two over there, conspires it. You're gonna need a bigger cart. This whole time, Clara's just like, and then
Hey.
you kind of see her go like this, and then she's like, "You're a funny one, Raven Queen."
Hey, Clara, do you have a way to transport this? We can split a little bit with you. We can find a buyer.
Well, I know magic, but nothing that can move anything that heavy.
You know what we do? We should go to one of the smiths in town. Because they're going to be the ones that can make the most use of this. And we'll barter as much as we can, but I think we take a little bit less in payment and have them come get it themselves.
Yeah.
You might be able to persuade somebody to do that.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yep.
But first we need to go back to Tarzan.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah.
All about that money, forgetting about the fact that you're helping people. Alright.
Guys, helping people.
So the 7 of you travel back to
And Mule.
Mule. Travel, those are the 8 of you now travel back. You see Rollin actually like trying to like see, like, as you guys are walking back to Varzan's farm, you see Rollin trying to see if she can figure out how to rearrange things in the mule's pack so that she can get a keg on there.
Oh my god.
And you like her and Nimpai and Za are like walking, and she's like, we need to figure out, we need a big keg on this. Okay, we because I don't want to fill the cart with the keg, because that's what I was thinking about doing, was filling the cart with the keg. And this is all while she's like 3 sheets that she's having like this epiphany thought. It's like that when you get to that point of drunk that just like the world is crystal clear and you need to know, you have this perfect plan all in motion. But you hear her just talking the whole time, like, you know, we gotta position like so we can save the cart for extra loot. We need to.
Could I have grabbed the armor to sell also?
Scale armor? Yep. Yeah, I'm just assuming you guys are picking up all the bits and bobs to sell. The scale armor, the great clubs.
Nova's gonna look for someone to buy the dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do spend a lot of time in a tavern, you can probably find a gambler. Yeah. But alright, so you guys get back to Varzan's home, you knock on the door. She's like, May I help you?
We took care of your sheep disappearance problem.
We
There-
couldn't retrieve the sheep, though.
Oh. Well, that's fine as long as they don't keep disappearing.
Yeah, you should have no more problem.
May I ask what was causing it?
A small camp of orcs.
Oh. Those cheeky buggers.
Indeed. But they won't be troubling you any longer.
Well, I thank you very much. I can't offer you anything. Maybe a home-cooked meal if you want.
Perhaps another time. But I would enjoy that.
Anytime. I'm home all the time because my home is my business. Thank you again.
Ella gives a little wave.
She's very green because she's a half orc, but you see the pink just kind of appear on her face as she kind of shies back in the door, watching the large group of 4 females and the 3 massive furballs now with a mule behind them traveling away from her home. Yeah, so you guys return to Thornville, and you guys go back to the tavern, I'm assuming, right? Or
Yep.
you guys have some other plan that you want, or do you want
Well,
to go
let's-
see the blacksmith?
I want to see the
Oh,
blacksmith that we rescued the apprentice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll start with him.
He's like... So he's in the tavern. Oh, let me grab this.
Oh, excellent. He is in the tavern. Perfect.
I don't have his video. Well, no, I do. Can't remember if I put it away or not. Okay, so I got the old swapperoo here. This is why I want smaller ones.
Oh, Roland drank all the kegs.
Knocking everything over. Some of these little terrain pieces aren't the most stable of all things. Yeah, they keep them all cool. So the retainers stay outside with the mule and the cart. Now, she is collecting quite the entourage. And the 4 of you enter inside, finding Ureg sitting at the main table. His apprentice is nowhere to be found currently.
I get him a beer.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say Nova buys like around.
No buys on.
Yeah.
Just subtract 1 gold. Alright. With that, you guys start drinking with Urig, and he's like, ah. Okay, gotta get ready for my dwarf voice. Hello, ladies. How's it going?
Actually, quite well. And I have a business proposition for you.
Oh, do you now?
Yes, we recently cleared out an encampment of orcs. And we found some raw material that you might be interested in.
How raw are we talking about?
A half-melted copper statue that stands 7 feet tall.
So it's already been poured?
Aye. You won't have to refine it. The only troubling situation is it's heavy. And
Oh, don't worry about that. I got resources.
excellent.
How much you want for it?
Look at Nova. Would I know a ballpark?
Roll intelligence.
Yeah, no.
14.
7.
You don't really know much about metal, being a druid.
How much would you say something like that is worth?
Well, it depends on the quality and the age. But since you ladies don't seem to know a lot about metals, I could probably spot you about 400 gold without seeing it. Here's what we'll do. I'll give you 400 up front. Right now, right here. We'll retrieve the copper. And if it's worth more, I'll find you and pay you the difference.
I always liked you.
So he slaps down a piece of paper, and he takes out a quill and an little ink. He starts writing it out. And you look at the paper as he's writing, and you can't read it. Can you read Dwarvish?
No.
I know Dwarvish.
You know Dwarvish? No, but you can read it. And it is basically just a straight up contract. It says, up front, 400 gold for copper. If it's worth more, Ureg, the undersigned, owes the undersignees this much more. You know, the value more. Like, you know, obviously he's not going to pay you the whole value.
Yeah.
Like, if it's worth 6,000 gold pieces, he's not going to give you 6,000. He's going to give you, like, 10%.
Yeah.
Because you're fine. You guys are basically getting
A finder's fee.
Yeah.
Okay. But then he hands you the contract. Nova, you sign it. Ella, you can't read it, but you assume because Nova signed it, it's good. Roland signs it, and Clara just like,
Yeah.
like
It'll be us three.
This isn't my deal. This is between the four of you. I'm just along for the ride now, I guess. The Raven Queen is a jester. Not normally, but in my case, she seems to like practical jokes.
Are you calling us a joke?
No, I'm
just kidding.
I'm saying she likes to mess with me, and she's brought me this interesting group. I'd like to see where this goes.
All sorts of places.
She doesn't wish. But as you guys like spend more time with her, and you look at her, like you like kind of like take in. She's an elf, so she's very like she's got very beautiful features.
We're a group of pretty women.
You guys are literally a group of super fucking pretty women.
We're starting the Spice Girls.
You just need one more. You need Scary Spice. Because you got
Girly Spice.
You got Sporty. You got Baby. You got Posh. Now you got Ginger. You guys don't actually, Roland would probably be Ginger. But yeah, so she's like, yeah. But you kind of see that she looks very haunted. Like her eyes, like even when she looks at you and when she smiles, her eyes just seem kind of empty. Like there's like.
There's more to you than meets the eye, isn't there?
That goes for everybody. You can't see what's underneath.
I mean, you could.
Well, my mistress, the Raven Queen, likes secrets.
I'm
Alright.
an open book.
Gold wise, past Ella 125, past Roland 125, and I'll keep 150.
Pass Ella 125 and you keep 150, so you get 170.
Sorry. I get their names mixed up all the time.
Roland gets
Okay.
Roland gets 125.
Nova gets 125.
Nova gets 125. And are you going to give anything to Chloe? Or you're just going to take the 150
We're
first?
just gonna take the 150.
Okay.
We just met her.
Okay. Alright. So with that, you guys have your contract signed with Ureg. He stamps it, rolls it up, and then wax seals it and hands it to you. So Nova, you now have the contract with Ureg. So you might want to write that down, just in case you guys aren't in town later. E-R-A-G.
E-A-R-E.
Yep. Alright.
She puts it in her shirt.
Are you interested in some odds and ends as well?
Is it already crafted?
Yeah.
We prefer to have
I understand.
like more raw materials.
That's fine.
But yeah, you take the other stuff and you go and sell it.
To the other.
You make
maybe.
like 20 gold pieces off of
No,
it.
Nova's gonna look around the tavern and see if she can figure out if anyone in here would be interested in it.
Okay, do an investigation. So you can just add 20 gold pieces.
Oh, 7.
You don't see anybody openly gambling inside the tavern. But you do have some other more less. They're not they're savory to Nova, but they're unsavory, unscrupulous people that you may know that are a bunch right behind the inn.
Nova, like,
Are you trying to stealth out?
yeah.
Okay, roll stealth. Are you trying to walk? Like, are you?
Ella's gonna go to the southern gate house.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, no one pays any mind. No one sees you even. Like it's just like the wisp of the wind going out the door. Okay. And you go and you find somebody. You find a bunch of people gambling outside at the troubadour's tent. And you go and you flash your dice.
I'm just like down at my...
Like right at your butt.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. And the gamblers see your dice and they're like, those are some fancy dice. I bet they're loaded.
Does nobody know what that means?
What?
Does nobody know what that means?
Loaded dice? She would know loaded dice. She
Is
worked in a tavern
Is
forever.
it like weighted?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
weighted to roll specific.
I don't know, I've never played with them.
Well, let's give them a try.
How about you give them a try?
Wow. They are loaded. You want to see what I rolled?
Sure.
So he rolls them again. A third time. He just rolls them enough times to where you can get a good sense that they're not weighted. You know, the first time was a fluke when he rolled the natural 12. But yeah, he's like, well, you don't seem to be too proficient with them. What are you trying to sell them for?
Why am I trying to sell them or what?
What do you want for them?
What do you think a fair price is? They're quite beautiful.
Oh, I see that. Give me persuasion.
A dirty 20.
Like, I'll give you 25 gold.
You couldn't do this like beautiful young lady on pages if I really didn't want.
Oh, Okay. I'll give you 50.
That's perfect, thank you. She puts her hand out first.
He opens. He actually just grabs the coins, a bunch of just like this large pile of coins that have been building up on his side of the where he'd been shooting dice, and he just hands it to you. He's like, "You better be worth it."
Ta-ta.
All right, with that, what are you up to, Ella?
Ella's gonna go find her brother.
Okay. He's trying to enter the guardhouse.
Oh,
The
politely and whatnot to go talk to her brother.
So you get to the guardhouse or the guard barracks, and you go up to the door, and the guards, "What's your business?"
I have a few business-related questions with the captain.
Captain's out right now. His mother's fallen ill. He had to go home.
No. Alright, well, if you see him before I do, tell him I stopped by, and I cleared out a orc encampment just outside the city.
Well, thank you. And your name?
Ella.
Ella. Okay, I'll let him know.
Thank you.
And you see him kind of go in the door, and you can kind of hear very quietly him speaking to somebody else.
But
it sounds
not
like
my brother.
No, it sounds like he's getting a courier to send a message to the captain. Because any kind of reports like that, they have to send word right away to the captain. Like he would have sent you up to tell him if he had been.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Anything else you're doing?
Ella's gonna go back to the tavern to try to find Nova to inform her of
Nova's
said
probably
news.
drinking next to the group.
So Ella comes in and she lets you know that your mother
I
is
come in and
fallen.
whispered in your ear.
Obviously, you don't know, no information was given as to how serious the illness, but just that she's ill.
Yeah.
But you also know that your parents are, getting up there in age. Even for elves, there is a limit to their lifespan.
Ella pops the seat next to Nova, leans in. What do you want to do?
I don't know if I should try to make amends or just be done with it. Like, they are my family, but they kind of did some... I did wrong in their eyes. So I don't know. I mean, they're getting pretty old. So that means eventually, when they die, someone's gonna need to take over for them. And my brother doesn't want to. And I don't really want to.
You can always sleep on it too.
Yeah. Yeah, after we wake up, I'll let you know the decision that I come to. Because, I mean, there are options. Yeah. I don't know, I think I made up my mind already, though.
And
I should try to go see them.
why his cry is funny.
Why?
He's hoarse from crying so much.
What time of day would this be at this point?
You guys spent most of the day traveling to the orc encampment, back to town, back to the orc
Yep.
encampment, back to the farm, back to town. It's
Late.
It's late. It's well after dusk, like well after nightfall. It's getting to be probably close to. It's getting pretty rowdy in the tavern. You know, you can hear the party going on outside as well. But yeah, it seems to be getting. It's probably about 9 p.m. ish. Maybe a little bit later.
Let's just have a good night. Because I don't know what will await us tonight.
Yeah. Nova has, or Ella has a top of 2 beers. Drinks them slowly.
Okay. So you guys spend the rest of the evening kind of relaxing, and you spend a little time chatting with Clara, getting to know her a little bit more. It seems she was a medic. She's now kind of off on her own, healing magic, cleric of the Raven Queen, different strokes for different folks. She seems to enjoy life but understand the meaning of death. So she has a little bit of a dark humor side. But yeah, so she bids you guys a good night, and she goes up to her room, and you guys follow as you so desire. Rowan has to be carried up to her bed, as she spent literally the whole day drinking and planning how to drink more while on the road. But yeah, no, you guys enjoy a good night's sleep, eat up in the morning, break fast, and the barmaid, the server comes over to you, and Nova, and she hands you a wax sealed note.
Do I, is the seal made,
It's the Fear Hell family crest.
Nova goes into, a remote corner.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you it secretly, or do you...
Yeah.
Okay.
Ella's just gonna watch her do it. Mainly watch her facial expressions.
I wish I had done this prior.
Don't mind me going to my phone. My mom just asked me if I'm mad at her for some reason.
Yeah, I'm mad at you because you don't play Dungeons and Dragons.
No, I've just been busy. With a scream-crying baby that cries for 5 hours every day.
I think there's so many ways to use that. Is the food.
She just goes, oh, okay. And stands up. We should get going.
Is there a rush?
It's morning time.
Yeah, it's you guys literally just got up. It's like 6 in the morning.
No rush, but I just got the confirmation I needed to go along with going to see my family.
Okay. Well, let us depart. Now, are we bringing Rollin?
No.
Okay.
Rollin, you're good here, right?
Ella buys her a gold's worth of drinks.
Okay. Rollins. And Clara's like,
Would
If
you
it's-
mind keeping an eye on Rollin?
yeah, I was gonna say I'll just stay here. It sounds like it's a family thing. Are you two related?
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Well, elf, half elf. Okay. Anyway, have fun.
Bye.
So you guys travel. You guys travel to the Fear of Hell estate.
Oh, by the way, Nova's in nice clothes.
Her nice clothes.
Yeah.
Does she
Ella's
dress,
wearing
does she dress Ella?
Yeah, she'll put like does she have a nice cloak or something? Probably. Like, not a magic one, just like...
I don't think so.
Do we need to stop by one of the clothing shops along the way?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you guys make a short detour to a small tailor to pick up something that would fit Ella.
Some suitable, nobly clothes.
Right, who's paying for it?
How much?
I think fine clothes are like 5 gold pieces. Let me double check. I don't remember. Never had to purchase clothing before.
I almost forgot how to write a 7.
Oh, good.
I was gonna write it backwards.
Clothing, fine, 15 gold pieces.
15?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine, Nova will do it.
Okay. So subtract that 15, or yeah, you work that decent clothes. Yeah. So you help Ella get dressed.
Yeah.
Because obviously, from
This
the way
time-
she's normally dressed, she doesn't normally.
As Nova's helping her, she's like, this time, no one will mistake you for anything but, you know.
She wears a braid, right?
Yeah.
Do you brush the unbraided part of her hair?
Oh, I go to the full
Like
head.
a little makeup, everything.
Like just, well, I'm gonna smack you really quick, but not very hard.
Ella gives just a strange but okay look.
Like she just like taps your cheeks repeatedly. Okay. We're good.
Alright.
Give like a natural like.
With natural blush.
Yeah.
Alright. So, with Ella all dressed in what for her would be a costume, you guys travel to the gate to the upper district. They let you in without a problem. You guys look very well to do, even carrying the weapons that you're carrying. Look very well off. I can also see kind of the bulging gold sacks you guys are starting to get. So you look rather rich. And you guys travel to the Fear Hall estate. The same gardener's outside. He looks at Nova,
Hi, sir.
and he looks at Ella, and he's like, wait. he's got a good mind for faces, so like he recognizes Ella, but she looks different than before, and he recognizes you, and he's
I
like,
give a little wave.
"You're not gonna try to break in again, are you?"
No, she pulls out the letter that
Okay. She pulls out the letter and shows it to him.
summoned.
Alright. He summons the butler and comes out, and he's like, "Lady Nova, it is fine to see you again. And your friend?"
Yes, this is Ella.
I give a little
She's
bow.
one of my traveling companions.
Oh. So you're a traveler now. That's...
Only for a little while until I find a permanent.
And you do recognize this man.
Yeah.
He's the same butler that was there when
Yeah.
you
Only
were young.
for a little while until I can find a permanent place to call home again.
Well, your mother is very ill, and Dmitri did tell me that he sent word to you to come and visit her. So he ushers you both inside, and
I cautiously step through the doorway.
Nothing happens this time. It seems as when you're invited into the house, nothing bad happens to you. So, yeah, nothing, no traps are sprung, no knocked unconscious by an invisible force this time. And he asks Nova to wait while he leads Ella into the waiting hall. It seems
to a waiting hall.
It seems Ella is not allowed to go upstairs and into the family rooms.
Just make yourself comfortable here.
Are there chairs in the waiting hall?
Yeah, it's a living room. There's there's a fireplace and mantle. There's a bar, and inside you see a couple of older elven people. A couple just kind of sitting there enjoying the brandy.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna sit down
Yeah.
and wait.
No more goes out.
yep. The butler Finn leads you upstairs and into your mother's chambers, where your father and Dmitri are sitting next to her bedside. And as you walk in, your father's face is one of disappointment. Your brother's is one of sadness. And you can see your mother lying in the bed. Not looking so good. And she sees you walk in, and she looks at your father and Dmitri, and she goes, "Leave us."
Nova keeps her head down when her father walks
Kind
past.
of bowed.
Yeah.
He walks past you, doesn't even side glance or anything, just walks right past you through the door. Dmitri looks at you, gives you the reassuring look that everything, it'll be okay, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He assumes you're probably nervous about seeing your mom again, and she ushers you as they leave, and the door closes, and Finn closes the door behind you, or behind them. She ushers you, she waves you over to the bedside.
Hello, Mother.
My dear Nova, what have you gone and done to yourself?
Whatever do you mean by that? Whatever do you mean by that?
You look so road-worn. Your fancy clothes are...
I know. I have been having kind of a somewhat rough going at it.
It's not rough 250 fucking me.
But I've met some very lovely people who have all been nice to me and accepting. And well, for the most part, I'm happy.
Well, I am glad to hear you're doing well, and I want to apologize for the way we acted previously. Your father...
His father... I shouldn't have done what I did. I can't help seeing helpless people.
I know, I get it. Now, in these last moments of my life, I understand.
I wish I could do something to make you better, feel better.
Oh, don't worry, my child. It's just old age. I am 900 years old. At some point, we all gotta die.
But you're still so young.
She giggles and then starts coughing. And she pulls a little tissue out, and as she pulls the tissue away, you see there's blood on the tissue. And she reaches she kind of turns to the other side away from you, pulls open a drawer and pulls out this bag and hands it to you.
Mother, what is this?
It's my last gift to you before my final day, my final moments. I know that money can't solve all problems, but I hope this can help you. And she kind of like motions you to come closer, and as you lean in, she just gives you this big hug and kisses you on the forehead.
It tears up. I wish Father felt the same. He didn't even look at me.
He's a salty old man. He doesn't understand that you can be emotional when you're young as an elf, and things happen, and you can't change those things. But he was young once too, and he did some really stupid things.
I guess I don't really, I'm grateful, but what I really want is for our family to be a family. Including me.
Well, you're always part of my family, and I'm sorry about what happened, but it had to happen.
I understand. I've learned so much.
I can see that. But you just give him time or wait till he dies. Because just so you know, you're still a fear of hell, and you're the eldest. So guess who gets the house when he dies? She just has this cheeky grin on her face, and then she starts coughing again.
Nova puts her hand on her mom's shoulder and just rest. I'm in town for a little while. If there's anything, Dimitri knows where to find me.
I know, my dear. And you guys keeping your little secret. Don't worry, I won't tell Father. Yes, I should rest now.
Mhm.
And I'm sure you have things to do.
I do love you, Mom. Mother.
I love you too, Nova. And she gives you a kiss on your hand as it lays on her shoulder, and she kind of just, not so much slumps, but she just, like, you can see that this was like a lot of energy she just expelled to have this conversation with you, and she kind of just drifts off to sleep.
Yeah.
You can hear her still breathing. It's still a little ragged, but you can still hear her breathing.
It's really adorable.
Eat yourself into a food coma. Yeah, and so you get up and you exit, and Dimitri's standing outside of the door with Finn, and he looks at you and he's like, "Sounds like that went well."
No, but just nods. And probably goes up and gives him a hug.
He hugs you back. And this is the first time you've seen him out of his armor.
And, yeah, she's like basically buried into his chest.
Yeah. And like if you like take the time to like look him over, he's got like this scar on his arm, and he's actually got like very masculine but very fine features.
Yeah.
He's a very pretty man.
She like steps back. Ella's here too. She's downstairs.
He's like, I would love to chat, but I have some business to deal with Father, and then I have to get back to my post, so I don't have a lot of time right now. Maybe next time.
Could you just peek down there and say hello?
I don't think Father would like that right now, unfortunately.
I understand. Give my best to Father. I don't know when I'll see him again.
I will do my best. Yeah, and then he hugs you one more time, and again, because he's like the whole like your family seems to love to kiss you on the forehead, and he goes into your father's study, and Finn takes you downstairs. You retrieve Ella from the sitting room where
Ella's just been staring. Notices that you come down, springs up.
You can see that the older couple is kind of having like this weird like, what is she looking at kind of situation going on. But then as soon like they like you're afraid they're gonna have a heart attack because these are older elves. You're afraid they're gonna have a heart attack as Ella just launches herself out of this chair at the sight of you coming through the door, and. Yeah, Finn ushers you guys outside. He's like, I'm sure they'll let you know when the funeral happens. You are welcome in the house as long as the master isn't here.
It was good to see you, Finn.
It was good to see you too, child.
Take care. Don't let anything get to you.
Yeah, living in this house, you get over that a long time ago. And he kind of just bows to you and closes the door behind you. You guys are free to go. Are you looking in the bag?
Yes.
Okay. As you guys kind of leave,
I was gonna wait until
you guys leave. You're walking down the road.
Ella waves to the gardener as she.
He kind of waves as you guys leave. yeah, as you get down the road, you open the pouch and it's 100 platinum. I told you your family was fucking rich, and you had been out of the loop for, what, 250 years? You were owed an allowance. Yeah.
She just kind of closes that back up.
Definitely sticks that up for sure.
Like, just put that away.
Ella's just gonna look at her like,
Don't worry, I got it.
She goes down and buys Tavern. Here's 10 platinum. I'll take your Tavern.
No.
No, it's not enough to buy a Tavern.
No, but also she'd want to have one that she's built and created all on her own.
Yeah. But yeah.
But
Guys,
she is gonna go back and look at scimitars and other weapons.
Yeah. You can do that as well.
Like, just-
but as you guys are leaving the upper district, you come down and you're walking past the guards and you go, hey, did you guys hear about that stupid thief that got caught?
Oh
no.
yeah. Oh, I definitely heard. That's just ridiculous.
oh, you heard?
Yeah,
I didn't
heard.
hear.
Oh
What
my
did
God.
you hear?
Oh my god. The dumbest thing ever. She literally tried to break into the shop while they were still open.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
But now she's cursing someone named Nova. Like, I don't know. She's completely crazy down in the dungeons.
That sounds like it.
It sounds like she needs to be just given some heavy sedatives and let rest in her and wallow in her shame.
Unfortunately, she's not worth the gold to buy the sedatives, but we
Ella
did gag
snickers.
her. We had to gag her and bind her, but yeah, it's oh my god, it was so. I'm such a bad thief. I don't know where she got the hair up her butt to do it.
Also, anybody knows if you're gonna be a thief, you gotta do it when the store's closed.
Yeah, I think she thought the store was closed, but the store she was breaking into wasn't even really a store. I don't know. Yeah, but I'll let you two about your business, Mice. It was funny.
Ella snickers and looks fine.
Have a good one.
But yeah, so you guys travel back to the Scarlet Dragon, and there's Roland and Clara sitting at opposite ends of the table.
Ella goes up and changes back into her normal druidy clothes.
But does she keep the other
Oh,
clothes?
she keeps the other clothes.
Okay, so she kind of like folds them. And
She
puts
folds
them
them
in her
and puts
bag.
them in a spot that's least likely to get destroyed or spattered.
But yeah, you see, as you walk in the door, you see Clara at one end of the table. You see Roland at the
Are
other
they
end
like
of the
this?
table. Yeah, they're just like that. Or he's not there. He's at work. You just see the table is littered with tankards.
Oh, it'll be a fun
So for this
rest of the
this
day.
hour that you guys have been, like hour to 2 hours you guys have been gone, they have literally been having a drinking contest to see who can handle their liquor better.
As Ella comes back down after change, she's like, "Alright, who's won?"
You see Roland just going. She's trying to count to see how many of each of them. And then she just falls right off of her stool onto the ground. And Clara's like, "Yes!"
Did she have a tankard in her hand?
Yeah, she was about to drink a tankard when it happened, and she dumps the ale all over herself, and she's sitting there now covered in ale, and then she just falls backwards out of her stool. and
And passes out.
and she's like, but yeah, they are gone. Like
Okay.
literally, if you were to count, there's probably a good ballparking of 50 tankards, like empty, strewn across this table. They spent quite a bit of gold
I
on
think
this.
Nova, if she sees like a tray, she probably grabs one and just like starts basically kind of working. She grabs all
Give
the.
me a, let's say, sleight of hand to grab a server tray. And
17.
yeah, you grab a server tray and you just like expertly stack these mugs on them, and you just you put them back on the bar. Yeah, you have to do it a couple times because you can't fit in 50
Yeah.
tankards on a single. But these weren't the pint tankards either. These were the
Yeah.
the big ones, like the full dwarven tankard of ale that these guys they were drinking. Like they were having a contest, like a proper contest. And if you like smell them, it's a very heady, dark ale that they were drinking. So it was like the heavy stuff. They are plastered,
I
to the
think-
point where they won't even be able to function today.
I think Nova also goes out to. No. Ty? Ty's the closest.
Yep.
She goes out to Ty and goes, "Could you help bring the girls up to their rooms?"
He's like, yeah, I could do that. And he grabs Zim or Za, and they go and they carry them both up to their room, put them in their beds.
Ella's gonna go out into the day.
Okay.
Do you want some company or do you need alone time?
I just need some time.
Alright, have a good day. Nova wants to go,
To the blacksmith.
yeah, she wants to go shopping.
Okay. What are you looking to buy? Well, I know you're looking to buy swords.
Swords, and then she wants to see if there's anywhere that has studded leather, glamoured studded leather armor.
Let me see. The value on that one. You just want to make sure so you can run.
No, the other chair actually was hurting my legs somehow. This one I like. I picked it out, it's mine. You might have paid for it, but I picked it out.
Okay. Yeah, you go to the Minotaur's Forge and see Catalina. And
Hello, Catalina.
oh, what can I do for you today?
Do you have any scimitars?
Yeah. She's like, duh, I'm a smith. I have all the swords.
Would Nova have enough that she could have like a... Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind, no. She's fine with just that. I was gonna say the returning quality, but she's not gonna be throwing them, so...
Yeah, are you looking for a pair or just the one because of your need?
The pair.
The pair?
Yeah.
Alright. A pair of scimitars. Again, don't know prices. Never had the weapon shop before. You should just big treasure. Alright, a pair of scimitars would run you 50 gold pieces.
She could do that and not even touch her platinum at all.
Yeah. I do have to look. I'm trying to look something up. I don't remember what the exchange is. So yeah, you have about 1,000 gold in platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Should I write that or just...
You can write it as 1,000 gold if you want.
So just add a 1 at the front of her gold.
Yeah, basically.
Right. Yeah, she wants to purchase a pair of scimitars.
Okay. Yeah. Unless you want them silvered, it's 50 gold pieces.
I don't think she really cares so much. She just wants nice.
And don't forget, she's got the long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She'll probably have.
Just be littered with metal objects.
Yeah, she's got lots of shiny swords.
Well, she's also
She's like on
she's
her
also
way to
gonna-
a punk rock show.
she's also gonna visit Brendan.
The magic item guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's gonna be like, thank you so much. I'll be seeing you again at some point.
Alright, have a great day, weirdo.
Hey, no, that's nice.
You didn't. She said that under her breath. Okay.
Oh, she didn't hear that? She said it under her breath.
You didn't hear that she called you a weirdo. Okay. So you're going to see Brendan,
Yes.
and he's like, welcome back!
Hi, Brendan. How are you today?
Oh, I'm wonderful.
That's good.
How are you?
I'm alright. I've been better, but I guess I've been worse as well.
Well, maybe we can hook you up with some magic items and you'll feel much better.
I was also going to Brendan's shop.
Do we meet there then?
Is Ella in the shop?
No, she'll probably taking a long walk,
Okay.
looking at sewer entrances on the way to the
Okay.
shop.
So is Ella
You're
gonna
taking,
show up?
you're taking the long way around
Yeah.
to get to the shop.
Yeah, pretty much.
So is Ella gonna show up as Nova's in there buying the bag of holding?
Yeah.
You can try. I'll go for it.
Well, I was wondering. So I've got a lot of weapons that I need to store.
Stuff. Yeah, I see you have a lot of stuff. You carry a lot of stuff on
Yeah, I
you.
carry a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Is there something that you might be able to provide that would make it so that, one, it doesn't look like I'm carrying as much stuff and doesn't drag me down?
Well, on my counter over there next to that lantern is a bag of holding. They're very useful. They're basically just an interdimensional space that holds a lot of stuff. But it's not cheap.
How much?
About 4,000.
Yeah, that's not cheap.
No. It's not an easy spell to make. It's not an easy item to produce.
Do you have anything else?
Well, not really in stock. Potentially there could be something made. It would be just like a satchel, like a little pouch of holding. So you would say. But yeah, that would have to be a commission piece, and that would take about 3 weeks to complete. But I could probably do that for around 500.
Nova's thinking.
Okay.
Angela's also thinking.
Okay.
Ella's going to ask, what's the difference between the pouch and the bag?
Are you there now?
Yeah.
Okay. Ella walks in as you're thinking, and she goes. She overheard the conversation, obviously, and goes, Brandon looks at Ella and goes, where did you come from? Okay.
I have
anyway,
my ways.
A pouch of holding is would hold about 1/5 the size of a bag of holding. they're useful, but they're not as utilitarian. They're more specific.
Ella walks up, goes and sits on the counter.
It's like, I prefer it if you didn't do that. And you can see him kind of start, like, fidgeting with his hands, and he's like, his eyes are kind of like, what is she doing?
Easy, Brandon. Do you make them yourself?
Yeah. No, I'm the enchanter here. I make all the items here myself.
I've got a question. Would there be a way for you to make, like, bandolier that if I take something out of it, it can go back to it without me putting it physically?
Well, that's a complicated enchantment that you want there. That would be a lot more
In the pouch?
than the pouch. That would probably run you about 2,000 gold pieces for me to start working on that kind of project. There's a lot of rare materials in that.
What about the materials for the bag of holding?
The bag of holding materials, I have those. It's just, again, very, very time consuming. You're paying more for my time than my materials. But
You said 500 gold?
to commission the pouch of holding, yeah.
She puts 500 gold down.
So she puts down 50 platinum.
Yeah.
She doesn't have
Yeah.
500 gold. Okay.
Ooh,
She put-
oh yeah, no, she puts down 50 platinum.
He's like, what?
Say the pouch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can get that done. Where are you staying? I can send you a message when...
We're staying at the Scarlet Dragon Tavern.
Alright. That's not very far from here. I'll send you I'll send notice over there when it's done.
Thank you very much. I'll see you at the tavern.
Yep.
He looks at Ella and he's like, what can I do for you?
No, I was just looking at the bag of holding.
Okay.
Do you need any favors done? I just simply don't have the gold, nor can I carry that much gold.
Well, kind of prefer the gold over favors. I know my friend there.
Yes. We did talk to her.
She might be able to help you out there if you were to acquire what she needed.
Alright. I'll see you around, Brandon. I get off the counter and I'll leave.
Have a good day. Right. Is there anything else you do now?
What time of day is it?
Barely noon.
She's gonna go find an unoccupied sewer entrance.
Okay. Alright. No, but you're back in the tavern? Okay.
Nobody's walking around for now.
Okay. Just walking around
Just
town.
walking around.
Right.
Kind of.
Now with... she now has this belt with 8 daggers. And she has 2 scimitars strapped in between the... So there's 2 daggers on each side up here. And then there's 6. Or no, 4 across the back. And then the 2 scimitars are in the middle of the belt. And then the long sword across her back. And she's dressed in noble clothes. And she is a sight to behold, to say the least. Alright. Alright, Ella, you enter the sewer and you go down. What are you doing?
Cautiously going through, trying to find a little area to...
Do you have any way to light your way?
I have my dark vision.
Yeah, but it's dark. Like,
No.
it's
Oh,
not,
I do.
is it-
I have dancing lights.
Okay. So you cast dancing lights,
Yeah.
kind of dance around you. Okay. So you can see relatively well. Yeah, you travel through the sewers, kind of just getting. So you're just trying to get a general layout.
A general layout, but trying to find like a little nook where I can start growing some mushrooms.
As you travel,
Watching out for things that I know will be in the sewers.
these are rather confined. Like you can barely
Okay.
stand in them. Like you almost have to hunt a little bit in some places. Like you have to kind of duck down in some places.
More so making sure I don't walk into an ooze.
Yeah. These are actually probably some of the cleanest sewers you've ever seen. Like it's.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah. It seems as though maybe they have a pretty good maintenance system.
Okay.
Or something else. But yeah. Actually, give me a perception check.
Yeah, it's gonna be like an 8. Yeah.
Is your rat out helping you?
I didn't say it at the moment, but
Okay.
yeah, no, it'll be an 8.
An 8? You collide with a sticky surface.
No. Yeah.
I need you to.
Whole lot of nope.
A whole lot of. It's gonna suck for you. Alright, you. Hey. I need you to make me. If I can find it. I hate hard. Really? I took that out of here too? Probably after the orc song.
I think is the troubadours are the troubadours still here.
Yeah. It hasn't. Harvestide hasn't happened yet.
I think she's gonna go back.
They're in alphabetical order, so I have to find what I'm looking for. Since for some reason I took the sheet out of my book. How do I, what?
Alright, good thing I made a backup character.
Ella just disappears, never to be seen again.
Yeah, right?
Oh my god.
Don't tell me it's in the big pack. Oh no, they're in order of difficulty. Okay, I don't have time to look through all of it right now. I will just pull my monster manual because I know where it is in there. It's not order of alphabetical order. It's numerical value that they're in. Sorry, I thought I still had the sheet in my book, but I guess I don't. Because for some reason I seem to throw things away even though I'm going to need them.
Yeah, like the hat that you threw away and then you had to reprint it.
That I've had to reprint like 8 times. Because for some reason I have this obsession. Like, if I'm not using dragons, I'm using hags. I don't know why. I have this weird thing. Oh, that's why I wasn't finding them. Okay, I need you to make me a strength check.
Okay, be cool dice. Like, be super cool. Oh, you shitting me?
What'd you roll?
A natural 1.
Okay. You are restrained in this mass of ooze.
So can I fight it from the inside, or?
You're not fully. You're currently restrained by it. You're not actually fully.
But what can I do while that?
You can swing at it and everything. Like you're still like you're kind of like in it like this. Like you're still kind of like it hasn't like engulfed you yet.
Am I able to attack it if it does engulf me?
Yeah, you technically could. It would be like any like melee attacks would be at disadvantage. Like spell attacks would be at like all your movements would be restricted, so a lot of things would be at disadvantage.
So I just can't break away from it.
But you can try.
Okay.
But we're gonna roll initiative before we do any more.
15.
All right, you go first.
Okay.
This is why we don't split the party.
This is why we don't go into sewers alone. I know. It's part of your thing. I get it.
Well, what was dumb is I didn't take the rat out. I mean, I could have went with it and be like, yeah, sure, but no. Like, I honestly did not take the rat out.
It is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is a free action to get your rat out as well. I don't think it actually costs an action or a bonus action.
Yeah,
Just
but
something
right this second it's not going to help me. Okay. Not that strong. That's not a problem. Alright, you know what? Ella would just start wailing on it, really.
Okay.
But she's gonna shillelagh and then wail on it.
Okay. So bonus action shillelagh and then your attack.
Yep.
At disadvantage. Oh no, you're fine right now. You're not engulfed by it.
Nat 20.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and roll 2d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Yeah. So that will be 14 to hit it. 14 damage.
Right, as you hit it, you actually hit the pseudopod that's like wrapped around you and actually disconnect it.
Sweet.
So you're no longer restrained. I'm giving you that because you got a natural 20. But are you gonna move on your turn or?
Yeah, Ella will back up knowing that she's probably going to get hit with something or another.
We're gonna just use this space a little bit. But, so yeah, you guys are right there, and you kind of you back off, you're 30 feet.
Yeah.
Right. And on its turn, it is gonna move.
Oh, and just keep it at a distance.
Yeah, and nothing.
Deal with these.
It just kind of sits there and
Alright, I'm going to chill. Yeah, I'm going to chill touch it.
Okay.
So it's 6 plus 5, 11.
Yep.
Alright. And 6 damage to that thing.
Okay.
And then I will move back equal to the distance I saw it move forward.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just keeping it at that.
Yeah, just
Mob
keeping it
distance.
at a distance, out of range of me.
It's gonna keep moving towards you. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, I'm going to chill touch it again.
Okay.
11 again.
Okay.
That'd be 5.
Alright.
Yeah, we're just going to keep doing that.
Okay.
So I'll move.
And this space is it's in the area you're in right now. It is about 6.5 feet tall, and it is it's about 8 feet wide. Just so you know the relative idea of the space.
I will pop my rat out
Okay.
on the shoulder and double check real quick that nothing behind me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for your rat.
Freaking. It's not going to be a whole lot. It's going to be like 6. Unless it's a smell thing, then he has advantage on smell things.
You could yeah.
18. I don't think
Alright.
he gets any bonuses.
As far he doesn't smell or see or kind of any kind of or hear anything.
Yeah, it does give me bonuses. Okay, cool. Then yeah. So yeah, we'll just keep back up and chill touch. So it'll be the slime's turn.
Okay. I'm assuming you're gonna kind of go in a circle and kind of keep it,
Yeah, we just keep it equal distance so that it doesn't grab me.
Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you want to use your rat for combat?
No, not on this one.
Okay.
Rat's gonna stay on the shoulder, watching for other slimes or oozes or
Okay.
other things
Just-
of that nature.
Because if you were, I was gonna have you roll initiative for him.
Yeah. No, he's
Okay.
full on lookout.
All right. So. All right. I think moves closer to you.
Alright. Yep, chill touch. 16.
Okay.
Takes another 6 damage.
Okay. And you.
Yep, just keeping it away.
And it just moves towards you, ever silent, just kind of slowly creeping towards you, and it's little bit of speed it can make.
11.
That hits.
7 damage.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna expedite this because otherwise this one combat is gonna take a long while.
Yep,
Oh.
we're just gonna keep doing this until...
Yep. He's gonna keep doing that till he dies, till it dies. As the gelatinous cube melts away, you see several things that were contained in its body, kind of just laying there on the ground.
Alright, I'll check those out.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
15.
Alright. From what you know from the time you spent in the sewers and from your encounters previously with your enclave's gelatinous cubes that they use for cleaning or just disposal of stuff, you know that their body acid destroys stuff very quickly.
Okay, so there's things that weren't destroyed in there.
There are 3 items that were not destroyed by the body of the gelatinous cube.
Cool.
One is a pouch, not a pouch, but a satchel. One is there is a I guess a sickle. So like, you know, like a
Farmer sickle.
farmer sickle, and there is a since I didn't go, I gotta figure this one out. Hold on. It's kind of like they're a pair of gloves. They kind of have a spider web design on them. But yeah, with that, what else are you doing in the sewers now that you...
I'm gonna collect those items and decide that this is not the place to grow mushrooms.
Well, you don't know if that was the only one or not. But
Yeah.
we're probably not.
Ella's not the biggest of risk-taking calculated movements. Like, okay, we need a safer location.
Sorry, I'm trying to find something.
No, you're good. So she's gonna find an exit, but not like surprise out of it. She cautiously leave the sewer.
Okay. Alright. Do you like check to see if...
I'm watching very intently as I go
Okay.
to the sewer.
Yeah, you don't encounter anything else.
Well, I am gonna watch to make sure there's no guards staring at the sewer exit before I leave.
Yeah. Roll me a perception as you try to climb out of the sewer.
Alright, Rat, you're helping me on this. That'll be 21.
Yeah. No one seems to be paying attention.
Alright, I leave.
Okay. We expedited the combat. It was gonna take a while. He was doing like 4 damage. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it this way.
Let's see. Who do I want to go to? I think I'll head over to the couple of options. I'll go to the irritable staff person.
The irritable staff person.
Yep.
Okay. Alright. Let me see if I can remember. I don't remember what it is. The wand maker?
Yeah.
Was that the one you went to?
Mm-hmm.
No. That wasn't the one. I have to go to the other one.
The angry bag.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Oh, Glenn Garrick. Yeah. Alright.
Uh,
You walk in and little Naomi, he looks up at you and he's like, "What do you want?"
Are you able to identify items?
Yeah. 50 gold an item.
Alright. I have 3 items I would like identified.
That's 150 gold.
Alright.
And give me 1 hour.
Okay.
You gonna wait?
No, absolutely. I will wait here.
Okay.
I will deduct.
You have Pinterest, right?
Not sure. I do on my computer. It's not hooked up on my phone.
Alright. I'm gonna have to figure out. I can't remember. How do you save Pinterest items? Like to your phone.
You screenshot it.
Oh my god, that's gonna suck. Visual sort, but I want it like full screen. He has screenshots. Okay. Well, then I will resend this to you. Alright, so you wait the hour, and he... So ignore the pin thing. I'll send you the other. You wait the hour, and he... Oh. You're going to see a little picture of yourself in the screenshot as well. Because I still have your message. Okay, so while that loads, so it's the gloves are gloves of missile snaring, so they allow you to catch missiles. It is a sickle of the harvest is the weapon, which it's a +1 sickle, and on a critical hit, it cuts fingers off. Like it can like you could actually cut a finger off with that. Like it can't like sever a head. It's a sickle. Mm-hmm. It's a farming implement, but you could cut smaller appendages off with a crit. And then the third item is the druid's bag.
Oh. Well, I guess somebody met their fate down there.
Yeah. You wanted a bag of holding, you got something
Okay.
significantly better, I would say.
Yep.
You can thank Angela for that when she
Yeah.
found it.
No worries. I have a lot of free time to scroll through Pinterest.
Oh, that's grad.
But yeah.
Alright.
I'm like a Pinterest mom, but a Pinterest D&D'er.
Well, I'll thank him for his services, and then
Now
leave.
get out!
I don't make a flower this time.
He doesn't care. Obviously. But yeah. So you have your few magic items. Roland was rather uninvolved in the you actually got some pretty good stuff out of that.
Yep.
Got out of that. Seems there was some people that tried to do what you were trying to do before and didn't work out for them very well either. They just weren't as skilled enough to know to run away from a gelatinous cube.
Yeah.
So
Run away from those things.
yeah. But yeah, so you kind of have you guys all reconvene in the tavern. Clara and Roland are still sleeping it off upstairs.
Well, Nova wanted to go and get more, see if she could get more training.
Okay. Alright. You go.
I can walk into my bag.
Yep. Go to your garden.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Newt's
Yeah,
briefcase.
it's Newt's briefcase basically, but for
Okay.
druids. Yeah, interdimensional space for potions and interdimensional space for my garden.
Garden.
But yeah, so you guys have your little. Oh, what do you just return to the tavern then, or?
Yeah, I'll head back to the tavern. Ella's gonna take a little bit of rest after that.
And kind of explore her new bag.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few beers first, and then go explore.
All right, Nova, you're going to go dance with the troubadours.
Yes.
Busy reading her phone. She doesn't pay.
No, Tristan sent me a screenshot.
But yeah, so no, but you go to the troubadours. You find Mistra, and you guys train for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You spend a good portion. You spend basically until nightfall when the show starts, training with Mistra and a couple of the other dancers. And you go back to the tavern exhausted.
Yeah. She had
Get
her
your buzz on.
scimitars and
She actually had her scimitars now and
Yeah.
was trying to incorporate her featherlight longsword into it
yeah.
as well.
Like
Did you show Stefan the sword
I did not
that
show
you inherited?
So did it just magically transform?
Okay, so a little bit behind the DM screen with it. When you entered the house, it was actually the sword that did it to you.
The sword.
Sword knocked you unconscious
Oh.
because it was activating. Because when the oldest child of the household re-enters the home,
Yeah.
after you took it, like you attuned to the weapon, and then you re-entered your home,
Yeah.
and it just
It was overwhelming.
It basically paralyzed you.
It was overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, the power of the sword kind of just and it shocked you. Yeah.
Honestly, when
It's
the
an
guard
it's an artifact. Like it's been in her it's an heirloom sword.
when the guard was asking if we heard about the stupid thief, I thought he was talking about me.
No.
That's why I was like, oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah, no, it was Wygard.
Well, I got that after.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys spend the evening just relaxing. Ella, you enter your bag and you see a serene, picturesque garden, like a nice pool, like basically like a reflecting pool, but it's not doesn't have the stone or anything. It's all just natural. There's cherry blossom trees, apple trees, like it. Literally anything you could look for is there. So you basically have a replenishable source of materials for potions.
I don't know.
I don't know.
My dice, like,
You tried to push it off with your elbow or something, probably.
yeah.
But yeah, so you explore, you find almost an endless supply of potion vials, empty ones in your other
In the library.
in the library, like between and there's books upon books upon books. It doesn't. It's not the biggest library. Like it's a moderate library. It's like probably a 15 by 15 room, and like 3 of the walls are lined with bookshelves, and there is like a nice, comfy like chaise lounge kind of, so you can kind of sit there and enjoy and read books if you so desire. But yeah, you have a pretty interesting couple of items that you picked up. But yeah, the gloves of missile snaring allow you to like catch projectiles. Like I think it's if they miss you, you can actually catch them.
We'll have to look it up at some point.
Yeah, I'll find the item card and.
But we'll attune to those.
Okay. Are they? Oh, we're gonna have to look it up right now because I don't know if they are attuned or not.
I mean, if they're not, that's cool. But it seems like they would be.
Oh, yeah, they are attuned. These gloves seem to almost meld into your hands when you don them. When a ranged attack hits you while wearing them, you use reaction to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier, provided that you have a free hand. If you
Okay.
reduce the damage to 0, you can catch the missile if it's small enough for you to hold in that hand.
Sweet.
Were you looking... Okay. No, but when you were training, were you looking for anything from them? Did you ask any questions?
You broke my brain.
Quick, use one of your quirps. It's a BTO.
I don't know. She was probably just having a lot of fun, honestly.
Her arms were very tired after
Yeah.
swinging her scimitars around everywhere. Because they're not like the longsword. The longsword is really like, it's mithril, so it feels like almost nothing. The scimitars are made out of steel, so they are like, they're actual, like they actually feel like you're wielding something. So, okay. Alright, you guys retire for the night.
She also kind of had a crush on this girl, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of figured. She's trying to get that booty.
Just trying to spend as much time as possible and make an impression so that they remember her.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so you guys rest for the evening. You take your sleep.
Because you said Mistress puts Nova to shame for beauty.
Yeah.
So, yeah. She wants to, be it so that they never forget her, because she won't forget them.
Right. Well, the one that puts you all to shame is Lady Ember. Or later, Lady Hell.
Yeah.
Who puts you all to shame.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah.
Kind of, it looks like she was literally carved out of stone.
Yeah.
It's that her features are that perfect. She's not as tall as you elves are, but she,
she's still gorgeous.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys rest. You get up in the morning, you have your breakfast. No new notes for Nova from her family. Rollin and Clara are hung over.
Yep.
And
Yeah, we're not getting much done today with them.
We can tell that they're super hungover.
Yeah, because at one point when one of the waitresses is carrying a tray, just an empty tray, she kind of catches a knot in the wood, which is really uncommon because they know the tavern, but and then the tray, which is made out of metal, clatters to the ground, and they just go, oh.
I think Nova's gonna go up to Rollin and be like, "Did you sleep well?"
Shut.
Maybe that'll teach you a lesson, huh?
Fuck you.
Nova doesn't touch her, but
Alright.
The thought came through Nova's mind to like pat her, but
and you see like Clara is like drawing like little runes on the table, not like etching them in, but you can see her like finger drawing them, and then you just see this wave of light just wash over her, and she looks perfectly fine afterwards, and she just sits there smiling, kind of like the empty smile that she seems to have quite a lot, and she just sits there.
Ella's gonna audibly laugh.
Roland goes, stop. As you can see, Roland doesn't have ale in front of her today. She has a bottle of liquor.
yeah.
She's trying to catch the hair of the dog. She's trying to fight fire with fire.
Well, good luck with that.
She finishes the last of her eggs, and then she grabs the bottle and goes upstairs to her room. So you gotta stop shouting at her. What do you guys want to do today?
Well, we have to stay in town for like 3 weeks.
Why?
You don't
What are you leaving?
necessarily have to. Like you can come back.
Yeah.
Roland's just useless today.
Yeah. Yeah, at least I have to stay in town until Rollin decides not to be hungover.
Well, she's not normally like what they did yesterday was excessive even for Raleigh. Like 25 dwarven pints of dark ale would be excessive for even the hardest alcoholic.
Even the hardest dwarven alcoholic.
No, that's different. Dwarvens aren't alcoholic; they are liquor. 25 pints and they would still be buzzed.
Ella's gonna have breakfast and just work on figuring out what's next.
Okay.
Like that's what she's gonna
Kind
do.
of planning.
Yeah.
Is Nova going training again?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
She wants to work up enough like
Stamina.
and experience to be able to do it. Like,
Proficient.
yeah.
Proficiently. Okay.
For the time being, Ella's probably gonna follow Nova.
Okay. Just watch her while you're doing.
Yeah, just seeing like what she's capable of with swinging the swords around.
Okay. Clara comes to kind of just.
She
She sees you carrying all these frickin' swords and daggers and shit. She's like, what the hell does she do with these? And she hears all the raucous noise out back, and but she was way too drunk to be doing anything yesterday, so. But yeah, they're watching you, and you're dancing, and you're swinging, and you're swaying, and you seem to be getting the hang of the motions and the weaving your this new magic that you've come across into, like you weave your prestidigitation into your you're making sparks come off the edges of your swords, and But yeah, you seem to be getting the hang of keeping this flow while dancing and swinging your blades. What's your turn XP?
3600.
Yeah, no, that's where you should be.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you had a little bit more than I did.
Okay. Well, I think we'll call it there for right now. Well, we're kind of just in a planning and preparing stage. Rollins recovering from her binge. She doesn't have magic like Clara.
So, later in the day, Ella's probably gonna work on a few basic potions.
Okay.
Nova would probably
Give me 2 medicine checks.
watch, like people watch.
It's just medicine. Trade in medicine.
Specifically, like seeing if there's anyone.
Do I get proficiency from herbalism kit?
Yep.
Okay. So that'll be a 9 and a 16.
You create one basic healing potion.
Nova's specifically watching out for like people who either seem to need help or people who like are like being jerks or bad. Like
You've been kind of keeping your eye out for this throughout most of your time in this city, and you guys have spent probably a week and a half in Thornville. You've been keeping your eye out the whole time. You haven't seen any poor. You haven't seen any destitute. You haven't seen anybody out of order.
yeah.
But you've also noticed that there's guards everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go down a street without seeing a minimum of 4. Like, their guard force is massive.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Would
one.
it seem like this, like, the city is well taken care of?
You would think that if you didn't know Thornville better.
Yeah.
You know it is harvest tide.
Yeah.
You know that they don't let things.
Oh, so it's like an
it's-
appearance thing?
It's very much an appearance thing.
So all the homeless are not allowed
All the poor are
elsewhere?
elsewhere. Let's just say they have 3 hots and a cot right now. That's what they call jail.
Oh, okay.
3 hots and a cot.
That's nice.
Although it's not 3 hots, it's 1 hot and 2 cold. From personal experience. But yeah, you haven't noticed, you haven't seen any of that, and anybody who seems to start to get out of line is almost instantly just
Yeah.
disappeared. But yeah, you spend your time just kind of
Yeah. Well, that's
lazily
something Nova
walking around the
always
city.
like anywhere she goes. That's
Yeah.
something she's looking for.
Yep. But it seems the city is kind of on point.
Yeah, taking care of
When
that issue right now.
It's taken care
yeah, no,
of.
yeah.
in the most literal meaning of the word. But yeah, no, you guys just spend the rest of the day just kind of relaxing, preparing for your next adventure, and yeah, we'll call it there for now. I think that's a good place to leave it.